In the today's session, I'll quickly do a landscape using watercolors. And if you are joining for the first time, we have live sessions every week and there are different art forms covered. We cover portrait sketching, painting, landscape, watercolors, clay, glass, any art form on different schedule. So you can check up the schedule, you can check up the different videos available. If you have joined for the first time, please subscribe the channel and press the notification bell so that you are notified of any new upcomings on our channel. So let's quickly start. The watercolor which I am going, it will be showing you an area of water. I'm fascinated with water. So let's start. The colors which we use in watercolors, they have to be light, and in the first layer I will be using the areas which I want to create a light shade. So I am starting with a yellow part, the areas where there is more of the yellow, and other areas I will be doing side by side, but first the area where I am seeing that there is more of the yellow. Now this portion is having water area. So I am creating this part is the land area, and this part is also land, and this area is the water, which is under the backwater, you can say, where there is more of darkness, and there is lot of greenery at the top. So this area above will be having lot of trees, and they are basically trees which are the banana and the coconut trees. Sorry, coconut trees are there, and the whole thing will have a greenish texture. Now green which I am creating will be done by using the shade which is basically created from a shade card, and this is the shade card which I am using. I am using this area of the shade card where there is dark green, light green, and this area of the green I am using where you can see there are some numbers mentioned. These are the numbers which are actually mixture of the colors, and these are numbered here. This is a color chart which I had a session earlier. It is a very important and a useful tool which will help you to figure out which colors and which shade to get. So I am using this part where the numbers are 1 plus 7, 1 plus 8, 2 plus 7, to all this is described in that video. You can check out that video and you will get an idea what is the shade and how do you get the shade, and then it will be useful in getting the required area wherever you want to create the effect. So I am first creating a light tone using a flat brush to spread the color fast over this light yellow and this area. The left side area is having use of blue also is there, but the upper area is basically having blue symbolizing the sky, and the darker area will be the area which is away from light. So I have applied the color, and now the area which is in the lower side, which is the water, here the blue will be used, but it will be light. Now see, I have applied a layer and now I am spreading it to create a first layer of light blue. Over this, then I will show you of giving the process of giving detail. Now this is the base of the color. Towards the right side there is use of green and because there is mixture of yellow and green. On the right side there are basically trees, so the water will also have that reflection. Now I have done the first layer. Now this area is having a dark tone, and the area which is near the part I have applied here dark blue, so I will not touch that area because the color will spread. So whenever you use watercolor, you can always leave some areas white in between the gaps for highlighting. You have seen I have just randomly moved the brush, and detailing I can do anytime. Now this will be, I will try to finish the drawing fast so that you have an idea how it is done. There is always a shade in green which is done dark, and therefore whenever you are painting, like I have painted here, the dark green will have a light green in the background. And now you see that I have to create effect of the leaves, so I will just move the brush and you can use the size of the brush which you are comfortable with. I am using a brush which is number 6. It depends entirely up to you which shade and which color and which size of brush you are comfortable. Now the shade of green will not be same everywhere. Now since these are leaves, palm and coconut leaves are there, so they will have this type of texture. And this leaf which I have created here will be slightly different from the other one. From the top, the darker shades will come. So create a shade where there is light against dark. That is the trick of watercolors. In fact, every shading. You have to keep the shading in such a way that there is dark against light. And you can see I have the shading which I am putting. I am changing the shade at every place because the light is not same everywhere. So the light green and the dark green has to be merged in a proper manner. There is dark here, and here the shading of the leaves effect will be slightly dark. So this has created a effect. Now there is a tree here which I will create after first I am doing the leaf. And the shading will be kept dark in this area. This is totally in an area where the leaves are in darkness. So when I will shade, then the shading also has to be done so that the leaves have got a dark shade. So I have to do contrast shade, dark and light. Now this leaf I will keep dark. Now when you are using watercolors, your water might change color, therefore you can have a broader mixing plate. You can have a water container which is broad. That is entirely up to you, but these are things which people ask. So use the tool which is available. No need to go for anything expensive or anything complicated. Now alternate shades will be done. This area has dried. Now here the trees will be having a dark shade. So starting from here I will put a big so this is use of blue, yellow and black. Now you will think why it is blue, because blue and yellow give a nice green. As I have said, the detail of that green color you will get in the video session where I have explained how do you make that color chart. The color chart is very important. So just watch that, you will understand that how useful it is. Useful in the sense that you will be able to understand that when we want to give any shade, then we can easily match the shade. So filling up this space and leaving some space in between to show that there is a light coming from within the leaves. This is a backwater where the leaves are in complete darkness. So that effect has to be done. Now this part of this leaf is in darkness. So keep the structure of the leaf. The leaf of this palm tree, and there are some coconut trees and palm trees both. They are having a particular shape. So you are seeing that one side it is dark and I am using light shade. So just keep on doing this. So one by one the areas will be covered. This is having a giant leaf is there. Now in this part the leaf structure is going like this. Now the area which is white has to be covered. So I have left some areas. This will be done with another shade of leaf. Now this is a light leaf which I will be using, making it dark, but the shade will not be same everywhere. Some parts will be light and some will be dark. Alternate shades. In between I am putting a shade of yellow for highlighting. This yellow will merge the color. So you have to play around with the colors, especially when you are doing a landscape, and if it is a live painting, then. Now this is the yellow around which I will show the leaves. So I have created a background for the leaves. Then I will come to the leaves in this part. So you will be must be getting the effect, the way, method and the steps. The colors will merge, so let them merge. I want the colors to mix. Then when they will merge, after that I will give some detail in the final touches. Now since the leaves are moving, they are random, so therefore the effect will also be random. The trees are huge, they are in the background. The trees which are in the background, their leaves will be kept light, and the trees which are closer to us, their leaves will be made dark. This was a tree whose leaf I have created. Now let's do some other thing like the trees. The trees will be shown slight brown, but they will not be fully brown. The trees are numbered in some areas, so they are marked with some paint on the outside. Now the trees here, just the effect I want to create. Towards the right there are leaves and there are branches which will be shown with dark. You can watch this video later on also if you are not understanding. So what you can do, like many of the people are doing, they watch the session, then they watch the video again and they try to make what has been shown, and then they mail the drawing for any help. So you can also do the same thing. Try to sketch or draw. If you are watching a session of painting, try to paint what has been shown. And send the drawing. Then I respond. Make sure. If you have to have any query or you have any suggestion, definitely mail. If you have problem, then you can just put a comment below this video and I will respond to it. And send your work for any guidance if you want. I would love to help you. Now this is the background. Now this area is in the background, so this will have use of blue, which is the tree effect. These are background trees. Now keep giving the shade. I am moving fast. Now move it slowly so that the color is and keep on using yellow. area which has been painted. There is a pathway here. Then there is a hedge type or a boundary type here. Let's wait for it to dry. The color is spreading. The brown will be kept light. And there will be use of brown here. This brown will be added with little bit of red, and then now keep the lower part darker in this area. This is the edge of the land, so this will be shown dark. This area will be dark. Now alternate shades of dark and light help to create realism in the drawing. They make the drawing bright. Now here I want to create a tree, which is one more tree here. And the others are just in the background. I am started from the top. The color is drying, so there is no problem. Otherwise I would have shifted from light area to dark area. Now let's come to the water area. Now here watch the color which I am applying. Blue is there, but you will leave some areas white or the lighter background in between. So when I do this, it will create a shine in the water. And just move this color. Just horizontal lines have to be created with some white spots left in between. They will help to create a effect of shine in the water. And just create some lines. Toward the center, the lines will be light. Now this area of the water is in darkness, so I am making it dark. Here the shading is to be done with some white. The background which we left, that has to be left. So it will create a shine in the water. As you can see, the lighter ones are the tones which will help us in creating, and in between add a little bit of grayish tone to show reflection of the trees and the leaf. Now this part of the water which has to be shaded has to be done with, so that there is bluish tone but there is a bit of transparency I want to show in the water. So there are some lighter strokes which will go from the center to the right. The whiter area which I have left, they will help in creating a shine and a reflection. There is a boat which I have to create towards So this side there is dark. The use of green against brown, which is to be created on the right side. There is not too much green on this side, there is brown. So therefore on the right side also now using a bigger brush, and the shading will be done in this way only, where you are seeing that I am applying the color and I am just washing it. So here there is blue and there is some flow of the water shown with a flat brush. So I am keeping the brush like this. Watch the strokes. So keep the brush and move the brush like this. So this creates now just have to give few more details. There is a boat which I want to create. Let's do that first. The boat will help in creating a sense of life in the drawing. So there is a boat here. Now towards the right side there is a texture in the boat, but that really does not have to be given in detail, but still now what is important is giving the shade of this in the water. Now to give shade I have to just put ripples in the water using the same shade. The reflection will be according to size of the boat. So towards one side the color will go light, and towards one side they will be darker, and the movement will be horizontal. Now some shade will be there on this side. So just spread the water and just show that there is a reflection it is carrying on because you are seeing it from a distance. So since you are seeing it from a distance, there will be some reflection toward the longer end. So this has created the effect of a reflection. Let's make a small person sitting inside. You will show it with the help of color only. And this will go this is the effect. Just watch, have a close up. From the lower end, the shadow will be dark. To show that it is the bottom. And the darkness of this part this is the effect which I wanted to create. Now the main part has been done. We will quickly complete it. Normally if you see any session, they are fast forwarded, but you will be able to understand that how it is done. Now there is darkness in this side. So what I will do, the darker shades will be on the back side. There is light shade here. So towards the top I will put some dark tone, and in between also. From the lower side the tone will be kept dark. It is the lower end of the land, so this will be having a dark tone. Now the overall effect, you must have seen that the drawing has still got some finishing touches to be done. But still the effect has come out. Now there is brown on the land, so there will be reflection of that brownish dark green on the water. That is important. Now the area which is in the upper part, here I will make one more big leaf here. and you can make it fine with the help of a thin brush. First I have applied one layer. In between there will be light and dark tones. These dark tones which I am doing now, they will help in creating a background of some leaves in the foreground, some are in the background. Now the area which is left in between, like here you can see so it will have dark, and the areas which are still left blank, there I can put a black darker tone. So without doing any shade I am putting this, so this will cover the area because the lower color has dried. The color in the background has dried, so I can fill the area. Some areas I can fill it, you can see. So what I have done, the area is light, now I want to make it dark without mixing the color, so I will put one layer, and so this has become dark. Here also I want to make this dark, so I have painted it. Some area which I want light, so I will just put yellow and just spread the color. The color will not spread, but the area will become light. Now some areas I want to make dark. And the lower areas I want to create a bluish effect. So I will show you what to do. Let's make that boundary this is important to show that it is not a land where no one lives. There is a type of a boundary here. So with this boundary what happens? It has created an effect that there is, this place is people are, someone has created it. So it is a natural area, but there are people who are living in this area. Now just to give the highlight, create some blue effect here. These are, I'll show you in close up, trees which are in the background. So they will be done with blue, like this one. So when you do this, what happens? It is showing depth in the drawing. Here also let's put some blue. Now some of the leaves can create with the help of blue only. I'll show you in close up. This area which is in the far away, here you will create the leaves with the help of blue. So what will happen? It will give an effect of that the drawing is having some area which is far away. The blue will create an effect of depth in the drawing. The closer areas are dark and the far away areas are light. Now drawing is almost done. I am giving some detail. This area of the water, some areas have to be done with alternate shades of blue. And the drawing is almost complete. So give your like if you have enjoyed. Do give your comment below this, and please subscribe the channel if you have still not subscribed, and please give a like and share with people who are interested in drawing. And definitely please join me in other sessions which are every week. We have lots and lots of things planned up. So till we meet in the next session, goodbye and take care.